gentlemen of YouTube, Bro88 coming at you live and in the flesh. And Bilbert coming at you live and in the cotton. Bilbert the Magician. That's right. Oh, let me fix my jacket here. Thanks, Rolo. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Bilbert coming at you live and in the cotton. Okay, so today's video is about Asperger syndrome. Oh, is it, Bilbert? Yeah, we're going to talk about Asperger syndrome. Okay. So, here's what I would suggest. If you go to Google, type in homunculus, and you will see, hopefully you'll see an image of this thing with big hands, big feet, like a big face, big ears, big tongue, big eyeballs sort of thing. That's sort of how an Asperger person works. We have the feelings of a homunculus, kind of. What are you talking about? I don't understand that. Okay, I know it sounds really strange, but it's like our circulatory system or something is connected more. We're more emotional. We're connected to ourselves, you know? That's why we do things, we stim. We might, I've heard stories, people run around on their tippy toes. Little kids run around on their tippy toes. If you have to snap your fingers or roll your wrist or do things like that, or you're always trying to pop your back and stuff, those can all be Asperger traits. Oh, really? Yeah, Bilbert. But anyways, yeah, I feel like you're more connected to your circulatory system. You're more in your body than other people are sometimes. You want to get more of this life experience than others, even though there's not much to this life experience. I think, people have said, oh, it's human evolution. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really necessarily believe that, but, you know what I'm saying. I don't think it's an evolution. I just think it's, I don't know, just something that you do just to feel connected and to feel alive, basically. Asperger people, oh yeah? Yeah, we crave a safe world. And I think when we learn that the world is not safe, we can behave inappropriately, which can include isolating ourselves, which can include being socially awkward, avoiding people, avoiding social interactions. I know in my lifetime it's really hurt me on college campuses and in the military, being social, having to take that leadership role and be that squad leader when sometimes I didn't even know what I was doing. Oh wow, really? You felt that way? A lot more than you'd know, Bilbert. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but there's also confidence that comes with it, and you do have other abilities. But anyways, I feel like being an Asperger person has gotten me more connected with God too, because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like there's more of a connection. I feel like I don't want to hurt anyone. I'm never looking for vulnerabilities in anyone. And yet at the same time, Asperger people know how to hurt people. It doesn't make any sense. How are we not looking for vulnerabilities, and yet we know exactly how to hurt someone, how to get under your skin so bad that you just want to, kill us or something, That's how bad it gets. But we're not looking for vulnerabilities. We don't like conflict. Okay, that's the first thing you can learn about an Asperger person. I said we'd never want to hurt anyone. An example would be Isaac Asimov's iRobot, when he programs the robots, the first rule is they can't hurt a human. That's kind of how Asperger people think. We don't want to harm anyone. It's like the Hippocratic Oath that doctors take, do no harm. Oh, do no harm, I've heard of that. Exactly. So, anyways, stimming stimulates us. It releases dopamine. I wrote into our fallen flesh because on Earth we're sinful beings, and well, we just try to release dopamine. We try to just enjoy ourselves as much as we can as with our Asperger's. Oh, really? Yeah. So if we're like into something or something interests us, we don't care what anybody else is doing. We just want to, make ourselves happy. So we'll be more interested in that thing than the other person. Um, but yeah. Um, anyways, yeah, it's really pointless too to try to please your flesh because the whole point is, you know, I don't know, it's like some weird double standard thing where you're trying to please your flesh more so you can enjoy your life experience through your Asperger's. It's really strange. Anyways, I just feel like, we want to be alive more, I think, is what it boils down to. And yet we become dangerous because we socially isolate ourselves with Asperger's. And, well, when you do that, then you become, more, um, you know, I don't know, like dangerous to yourself and others because you become unpredictable. You become the thing you fear when you become that loner Asperger person. So I would say it gets a lot worse when you become an adult. So the people with Asperger's, we can be happy. We can have our thing like our little Digimons and stuff or whatever we have, and we might be happy. But a lot of times we deal with social situations and other stuff by just retreating into depression. We can be an actor for a little bit, but then we're gonna retreat. We're gonna need our rest. Um, so yeah, so we can either be happy or depressed, and I feel like it does go on some extremes. It can be manic at times. Um, it's not really enjoyable. I really don't like it when people are like parading around like being charlatans with Asperger's. Like that's not really what it is. It's more of a disability with abilities. That doesn't really make sense, but it does. Oh, okay. So like a disability with abilities. Yeah, Bilbert, pretty much. Um, you have, certain things you can do, certain things you can't do. And yet at the same time, in your brain, you're not limited to anything. You can do anything that you need to. Um, but you do have functioning difficulties. Sometimes there's motor difficulties. I've had times, and it might just be me getting older, and slowing down, but where I can barely move. And I don't know if that's a motor thing or if that's just my older age. I'm getting to be 30 years old. So, but certain tasks in our day-to-day lives, like restocking the fridge, cooking dinner, stuff like that, they are huge to a person with Asperger's. Oh, yeah? Well, I feel like they are. It's stuff you have to do, but it's like it's a routine, and especially if it's like cooking, it's something you don't do like every day. It could be really hard to make yourself do it. Um, so eating, hygiene, and routines. Um, hygiene, it's not too bad. There might be like I might go 2 days sometimes without taking a shower or something. That's not that often. Maybe every couple weeks I'll do that just to get rest and stuff. But then when I'm dirty, I don't feel as rested, so I have to take a shower. It's like this weird cycle, and we're never like 100% when you have Asperger's. Um, and yeah, never acting out of fear is important, and yet we're always anxious. We don't do anything out of fear, but we're always anxious about what we do have to do. Oh, like if you had to return a library book or a movie that you rented from the library. Exactly, Gilbert. That's exactly right. Oh, okay. And it can feel just weird, just simple things like, do you need to go to the ATM? Do you need to go to the post office and mail something? Are you checking your mail? Do you need to, I don't know. Um, it's almost like we're ashamed of the disorder or the disability, and we shouldn't be ashamed. You know, it's like when you go back to the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve ate the apple, and God asked them, you were who told you you were naked? You know, who told you to be ashamed? Adam and Eve look at each other and they say, well, we did. We told ourselves to be ashamed. And God's like, that was not my plan for you. That was not my will for you. But because they ate the apple, then shame was introduced and all that other stuff. And I think Asperger people, we get into that mentality where we start thinking, oh, what would the biblical sense be of this and that? And it goes way too deep sometimes. Anyways, you know, it's more than just like, I was watching a video on YouTube, like they were saying this 3-year-old girl had Asperger's and she was playing with a dollhouse and she was more interested in the dollhouse than playing with the therapist. And it's like, yeah, it's a little girl. Of course she's going to want to play with the dollhouse, you know? So, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, we just, I feel like with Asperger's we're more analytical of a lot of things. And so like we realize the futility of just eating food just to turn it into poop, or living just to die, you know, like what are we actually doing here? We're just too analytical sometimes, and we have those senses and that we always want that dopamine. I was gonna say earlier, it's like we're oh, what's the word? When you're just living for pleasure. Well, what are you talking about? Well, it's like I don't know. I forget the word. Um, when you live for pleasure only, and yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'll have to post it in the comments when I find it. But anyways, Asperger's is weird. I remember when I was young, I was in my 3rd grade basketball, and my mom said, get down," because the team went to the other side of the court, and I just kneeled down and I covered the back of my head, and I'm like, all right, is this what I'm supposed to do? Get down, actually, like a turtle, and just get down? No, that was not it at all. I was totally wrong. It was socially awkward. It was the worst thing I could have done. I'm pretty sure some parents were laughing at me even. Like, it just, you know, Asperger's has, in a lot of ways, kind of ruined my life. But at the same time, it's, you know, I wouldn't do without it because it's taught me a lot about myself. And I feel like it makes me more introspective, more interested in who I am. So I'm able to work on myself more. And sometimes I look at other people and I'm like, don't you care more about your conscience? Don't you care more about what you're doing to your body? And don't you care more about this and that? So in that ways, Asperger's has been good, but the ways that it's been bad, it's been bad. The depression, the isolation, the social awkwardness, like the rejection. I don't know. Not really too much rejection, I guess. I don't know. I've had a weird time of it, but I'm making it now. I'm on my own, and that's a good thing. So, I don't know. Just have to keep working at it. Yeah, I guess I will just make this video. I guess I'm kind of uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's Asperger's, you know, that's what it's been. I've done a lot better with it over the past years, decade, um, you know, so if you have it, then just be social, be that actor, and get out there, even if it exhausts you. Oh, okay. So just hang out with people and share your feelings. Exactly, Bilbert. Alright, so I don't know. I hope this was helpful to you. Um, Asperger's is alright. It's not the worst thing ever. Um, find the pleasure in life. Oh, I'm trying to think what that word was. Crap. I will post it in the comments. Love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. And I get $15,000 per comment. You've got to stop lying, Bilbert. Bye.